Hi guys, we're just outside of Dallas in Oregon, about to meet Sarina from Switzerland. She's going to show us around her host family's farm and take us to downtown Salem, which is the capital of Oregon. Let's go meet her. Hi Matilda! Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
How's it going?
Hi! So we're here with Sarina. Thanks so much for wanting to do this and for wanting to share your story with us.
Yeah, of course.
It's a beautiful day outside, but it's a little bit too hot, so we moved into your kitchen. I think to start this off, so you're a half-a-year student.
Yeah.
You left for your exchange year in early January.
Yeah.
Do you want to start by telling us why you decided to do half a year?
I was in my last year of school, and then I was thinking about what I want in my life and my before I start working, what I want to do. And I was like, I want to learn new cultures and learn language fluent. And I was like, how can I do that? And then I had the idea of a exchange year. And now I'm sitting here in Oregon.
So amazing.
My family, when I told them that, they were like, yeah, of course, do that when you want that. Mm-hmm. They were like, super nice.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is it something that you've thought about before or that you knew about before?
I watched on YouTube the stories about other students, and I was like, that's really cool what they're doing, but I never had the idea that I could do that. I was like, no, never. But then this one moment I was like, yeah, I want to do that. And I'm so glad that I had this idea.
And like you said, now you're here in Oregon, in a beautiful location. But what was it like when you first got the news about your placement? Did you even know Oregon was the place?
I got the news on my phone. We have excited news for you, call your EF office. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then I called them, and the only thing what they told me is yeah, check your mails and you're placed in Oregon. And I was like, where is that? I didn't know at all. And then I hung up the phone and I checked my emails, and they were sending Dallas. And I was like, Dallas, Texas. That's so cool. And then I was going on with reading, and there was Oregon. And then I figured out Oregon is a state.
And so you get your placement, and then in the middle of Christmas break, you fly out to here. What was it like the first time you got here?
I was the whole flight so nervous. At home, I said goodbye to my friends and family. Yeah, then I arrived here, and I met for the first time at 12 o'clock in the evening my host family. I was so tired, and I think they were also tired. And then we drove 2 hours home with the car.
What was the first car ride together like?
I was I wanted to ask questions, but I didn't know what. Was I really wanted to have a small talk, but then it was what should I ask them? Right. But then they started talking with me, and then got fluent, and spoke about everything.
So it kind of just came natural.
Yeah.
And you got to your place, and do you want to tell us a little bit about where you're spending your exchange year, the town you're in?
I'm spending my exchange year in Dallas, but my house is not in the town. It's a little bit further up. And we're the next neighbor is 100 meters away. Here's nothing around. But I live on a farm. We have a horse rescue and alpacas and a wedding venue. My host parents they organize weddings, and it's so nice.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about your host family?
I have one host brother. He's 22. He visits college. I got a host sister. She's a freshman. I'm a sophomore. That means I'm one class over her. And then I got two host parents, mom and dad.
How would you describe the people here in Dallas, Oregon? And do you think they're different? And in so far, like, what way compared to Swiss people? Or
Of course they're different because it's a different continent, it's a different country. And I would say, like, American people, they're so open-minded. They speak, like, with everybody. Like, at the gas station, they start having small talk with you. And then they hear that you're a student from Switzerland. They want to know so much about you. Like, how is it there? Where is that most of the time? So amazing, and you can tell, like, where you come from and what your culture is like. I really like that, to share my...
Yeah, just share your culture.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've shared with your host family from back home?
Yeah, of course. I love to share, like, with my host family food from Switzerland. Today in the morning I made like yogurt with fruits. The name is Bürger Müsli.
And is there something they've shared with you that you really like?
Like, I mean, they shared, like, the whole thing here with me. Like, it's not one thing they shared, it's like everything, the whole life here.
So you're going to a pretty small school, right?
Yeah, like, I came here and everybody were like, "You're Sarina," and I was like, "Yeah, why do you know my name?" It was so nice. They were like, "Yeah, I heard of you. You're coming here." Yeah.
That's so fun.
Like, they know me, I didn't know them, but then we spoke about everything, and then we were like, yeah.
And now you know everyone in your school. That's amazing. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your school? What kind of classes are you taking?
Every day I have PE, that's like sport. And then Americans are doing a lot of sport. Like, I have first period, I have sport, and then last two, I have softball.
Oh, wow.
Like, I have 3 hours of sport every day.
So nice.
Yeah, that's like really nice. You're getting into it, and it's, like, sports make you happy. And then I have, like, the normal, like, science, geometry, history, US history. That's, like, really nice because then it's not world history. It's, like, only about America. And when do we have the chance to get that? Like, it's like once, and that's so nice.
To getting to hear about everything from, like, another perspective than maybe what you would learn in school back in Switzerland. Yeah.
And then last period I have art.
What time would you start in the morning?
I start at 7:45 and school goes to 3:30.
Okay, yeah. And then you said your last 2 hours are softball.
Yeah, that means I have school to 6 maybe. Yeah,
Okay,
5:36.
What made you want to try softball? Because I'm guessing that's not something you have back in Switzerland.
Yeah, no, of course not. I was like, I want to try softball because that's, like, my only chance I can do that. Like, why not now? Also, because of softball, I got so many friends. They're like, you're getting into a group. The spirit in the group is so nice. We're like all a big family.
So what was the first game like?
I was so nervous. I was, like, standing there and I was like, I'm not sure about the rules and stuff. And I was like, you got this, Sarina. Let's go for it. And yeah, I actually hit the ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarina.
This feeling was so nice, and I hit the ball and everybody was screaming at me, go, 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 and it was so nice.
So you play softball, making a lot of friends through that. What do you and your friends usually do if you hang out after school or on the weekends?
Most of the time we're going to Salem in the city and hanging there out, like in the park, or going shopping, or they're coming over and we're watching a movie, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like normal in Switzerland, what you're doing there, you're doing here.
Okay, nice. Is there something that you've noticed is very different when you compare here to back home in Switzerland?
Yeah, like back home, I have public transportation, like trains and buses, and I can go when I want. Like I'm going now to Zurich, and here it's like, can you drive me there? Who's picking me up? Like, who will drive me home? Do you have time and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you've found a good way of like handling that though?
Yeah, like sometimes my host parents are driving me, sometimes my friends. It's like, it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you've been here for a few months. You told me earlier about this, but you told me there was one highlight that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was the discovery tour to Hawaii with all the EF people. It was so nice. I made so many friends all over the world. Like, now I have friends all over Europe and America because of here. We stayed in Hawaii 7 days. We could hang out at the beach or go shopping in Honolulu at the capital city. And then one day we hiked on top of the volcano, and yeah, we saw the beach from top of it.
That's so cool. Yeah. So you would recommend going on a Hawaii Discovery tour?
You have so much free time, you meet so many new people, and you feel like a big family.
And now you have people that you can kind of chat about your exchange year with, and you probably face the same maybe struggles, so you have the same questions.
And we had the same experience. When I tell my friends back home, that and that happened, they were like, okay, and they're friends from here. They were like, oh yeah, I understand you, the same happened to me, and it's so nice. Yeah.
That's amazing. Would you have any tips for future exchange students, or maybe things that you wish you knew when you went on your exchange year that you'd like to share? Because I'm sure the people that are watching this are really impressed by what you've done. Just going on an exchange year is really exciting.
I think don't worry about everything. It will come how it should come. Don't think about everything so much. You will get that, and believe in yourself.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that if any of you guys have any questions for Sarina about going on an exchange year, deciding whether to go for half a year, or going to Oregon, I'm sure she's more than happy to answer those.
Of course.
So we'll include her contact information in the box below. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
We've had so much fun hanging out with Sarina and meeting her host family and her friends, as well as seeing the capital of Oregon, Salem. Now we're off to our next student. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch our videos as they come out.
Guys, this is the cutest thing that's ever happened to me.
They're my new best friends.
Sorry, I'm in the reflection.